Normally, I'm creating a vision, but obviously this is something that has a very defined vision. It's great to have a chance to execute that vision as accurately as possible to the show. So we're working with composer, the same composer from the show, Jamie Dunlop. He's amazing. He works ridiculously fast. Give him a little bit of direction, and within a few hours, something's waiting in my inbox, a finished piece of music. Early on in the project, we've been given all the music from 15 years of South Park. So as we're going through and cataloging all the music, you know, I've kind of broken it down into a lot of thematic areas. So Adventurous will have and then we've taken that and used it to kind of set up the scenes and set up the emotional context of the scene. So then from there, we can use that to provide direction to the composer. Because a lot of times in the show, the music is very short clips, or, you know, a scene between Cartman and Butters might only last 10, 15 seconds, but it'll be just the right musical mood. So we can use that to kind of guide the composer and say, this is what worked really well here. Let's expand this out into a longer piece of music and get it ready for use in the game. Between all the music from the show and from all the new music that Jamie is going to write for us, there's going to be a ton of music in this game. We'll have the South Park, the classic South Park guitar lines and bumpers will be making their appearance from time to time for sure. My personal favorite folder, though, has to be the spoof, commercials and TV, which is just filled with all kinds of random fun things. Yeah, Jamie's a great composer. He can just take things and just rip them off and do really fun things with it right off the bat. So the dialogue from the show is going to be very similar to what we're going to end up having in this game, because we're going to be using a lot of the same recording studios, the same actors. One of the things we're really trying to do is make sure that dialogue comes across in combat and keeps it really interesting and funny. So when new characters arrive, there'll be new lines about that. When new weapons are around, there'll be lines about that. And even when you go from area to area throughout the game, there'll be specific lines that are constantly changing. We have to record a ton to make sure that it's constantly fresh and also evolving over the course of the game. We don't want you to have to hear the same thing over and over again. If you watch it and something comes to your head, wouldn't it be funny if he said that? We should be able to do that. So hopefully Matt and Trey will have a chance to look back at the game, sit down and you know, analyze, wouldn't it be funny if you said this here? And we should be able to make those things happen. In-house, we do a lot of sound effects work. So all the weapon attacks and everything, we get into the booth, grab a bunch of Foley props and record away. So it's a lot of times a lot easier to get a sound if you know what's in your head, to just find the materials out there and set up a microphone and go ahead and make the sound yourself. We then take those sounds, layer them, make sure that they have the appropriate weight and timing for the effects. A lot of editing, a lot of just making sure that it sounds as close to the show as possible.